opening up the front body. So this is to stretch the core and also to strengthen the low back, often thought of as back bends. But instead of going into a full back bend series, which is very challenging and often advanced, I'm going to show you some good poses that are subtle, that are doable for helping with strengthening the muscles along the spinal column. It can help with keeping the alignment of the discs, because a lot of people will get, as we know, herniated discs because of the weakness in the muscles of the back. So, with no further explanation, let me go into it. I'd like you to have your low back warmed up. If it isn't, do this and I'll show you. You can come onto your back, take the knees in nice and wide. So you're going to do a pulling of the knees, stretching to the back, and then coming into happy baby. I'm moving quickly here in case your back is already warmed up. So you come into happy baby, and this will help by bringing the feet towards the head. This will help to press the low back down. And then you can pause the video there, stay with those two poses, or you can cross the left ankle on top, grab onto the feet, pull the feet across, lift the upper body, and you're drawing your chin in towards your legs, and your legs in towards your body. And then you gently come down, recross, and grab onto the feet or the ankles again, wherever you can get. And then pull them across again. So you're stretching into the outside sacral areas of the spine and the hips. And you're lifting the head, pulling the elbows out. And then you can gently release and come back again. So then you roll on over to the side and we'll start to come into opening the front body. We begin by strengthening, reaching the legs back. So it's nice to take the hands in front, take the legs back, lower and scoop the body forward. And then take the hands right alongside the body. So the hands are even with the chest, even with the nipple line. And you keep the elbows pinned into the side of the body. Now reach one leg out at a time. So you're going to reach the leg out and you press the baby toe sides down. And that will help to pull the tailbone down. So the elbows pin into the side of the body. And it feels like you're pulling your palms back like this. As if they're traveling, they stay put, but you feel the heels of the hands press down. And then as you press the feet down, you gaze ahead. There's the lift, if there is. You'll know because you'll keep the breathing. And you'll also, I want you to talk. I want you to say good morning, hello, or say anything. Call somebody. Is anybody home? Just do something that you're getting a voice so that you can make sure that the esophagus is open. So here's what we're avoiding. You don't want to sound like this, okay? So make sure the crown of the head is reaching out. And then with your lift, take the hands alongside the body and move them down towards the tops of the feet. The rib cage is lifting, and as you keep sending the hands back, the shoulders come down. And you're working in through the upper back, mid-back, and if you keep the feet pressing down, you're also working in through the low back, and you're strengthening those muscles there. And then take the hands right beside the chest. Once again, breathe in, just gaze ahead, and then exhale and come right back into child's pose with the forehead releasing to the floor if you can get there. And if the forehead is off the floor, one nice thing to do is to take a pillow, just have it handy like a couch pillow, and put it on the forehead, and that orients the spine better. So let me show you how to do that. Out of the rock. Just grab a pillow. I use stage hands. Okay, just have the forehead come to the edge. So you can have your child's pose this way, forehead to the edge, because for a lot of people, you won't get the body down that far. So having the height of the pillow is brilliant. And then take the hands in either way that you are, whether pillow or not, alongside the body, and let the shoulders fall forward. So you're lengthening from your tailbone right through to the back of the neck. And then you can continuing to look into opening the front body and the shoulders. Come back down, and then take the hands out so you're right on the fingertips. The elbows flare to the ceiling. I always think of the opposite of the dinner table. You want to really stick them out. Press the tops of the feet down. Breathe in, press into the fingertips, and gaze straight up without lifting the chin. So the eyes lift, that directs the spine, and you press the tops of the feet down, and then you lower. So that was an in-breath, here's an exhale. Breathe in again and lift. Just looking up at the eyes, but not lifting the chin. Exhale to lower. Make sure you're feeling the front body open. So if you can just watch me closely, what I'm not doing is this. I can feel my low back crunch when I do that. So the elbows stay up, that opens the shoulders, and you lift. It's really precise, and then you come back down. Now, if that's a piece of cake, you're going to turn to your left. So you're going to look up to the left. Actually, let me show you this way. Let's turn to the right and look up and let your left shoulder come forward. Left elbow, shoulder, and then you lower down. It really stretches out that one side. Just depends where your tension is as to which side. Return to the middle, gazing ahead. Breath in, lift. Then you turn and you look to the left. Let your right elbow and shoulder come forward. Keep both elbows up though. And then you come right back down. Breathe in and lift. Turn and look to the right. Let the left elbow, shoulder come forward and lower. Turn to your center, breathe and lift. Turning to the left, let the right elbow, shoulder come forward. And we'll do this one more time. Breathing in, come up, press the tops of the feet down. Turn and look up to the right, let the left elbow, shoulder come forward. Turn to your center. Remember the breathing is filling you up here. And then you turn to the left, let the right elbow and shoulder come forward, both elbows stay up though. And then you lower down. Wow, hands. Take the hands alongside the body. Press the palms down actively to activate the backs of the arms. And press the tops of the feet down. Now you're moving the hands down towards the feet as much as you can. And you're gazing ahead. And then you can gently release. Come down to the chin. And if that's a bit too much, take the hands one stacked on top of the other. And release the chin down to the floor. Otherwise, move down here. Otherwise, you can keep the chin down on the floor like so. And then one more time, breathe in, move the hands towards the feet. Pressing the tops of the feet down, staying with your breathing. Notice that there's a little bit more height there. And then if that's a piece of cake, reach the heels out. So you're going to lengthen through the backs of the legs as the hands move towards the feet and you're breathing. So make sure you can breathe. Now my left hand is shaking because of the tension in the shoulder. This is really, really common. You will find where the muscles can't fire. And then you come down. Take the hands alongside the chest again. Elbows to the sides, pinning. Breathe in, come up. And then exhale back. And release the forehead to the floor. Stay with your breathing. Keep palming the floor as you come back. Two more breaths. And of course you have your pillow here if your head is not reaching the floor. And then come on back up. Okay, come on back down. Now you can either return to the Sphinx pose, so with the elbows right underneath here. That is a great way to open up the rib cage. In fact, let's do that. Let's take the elbows right under the shoulders. And you're reaching one leg out and the other leg out. And you must forgive me, I can't remember if we did Sphinx pose. When I teach, I often go into the zone and I don't know exactly how I started. we do it this way by feeling, no, we didn't do this, by feeling the elbows press down. That draws the shoulder blades down. It's brilliant. The shoulder blades are a disc and they can slide. They're not a hinge joint. So they can slide down the back of the rib cage a little. And that helps to lengthen the neck. So the tops of the feet press down, and that helps to pin the pubic bone down to the pelvic floor. And you gaze ahead. Now, notice that the pierce of the elbows down makes it almost like your hands can be off the ground because you're pressing down the forearms ever so much. You're really opening the front body. In fact, you could almost take your elbows off the floor. Almost. But you keep that elbow, the elbow forearm pressing. No action through the hands much at all, just the elbows. And then lower back down. And either take a child's pose and come up and back because you need to, or if you could continue, move the hands back, interlace the fingers, slide the hands down towards the feet, shoulder blades come down, and press the tops of the feet down. Stay in and out with the breath, gazing ahead. Perhaps there's more to lift, and keep pressing the feet down, and keep opening through the front body. And then you can release and come down. Now take the hands right beside the chest, elbows pinned in. Breathe and come up. And we will child's pose back. We want to counter stretch the low back. You might notice you have a better hinge now because you've innervated the nerves along the base of the spine. So there might be a bit more freedom. So use your forehead pillow if you need to. Breathing constantly as the palms reach out. 3 more breaths in child's pose to lengthen the spine back. Really good. And then you can breathe in and come back up. Now, I welcome you to start at the beginning of the video and continue stretching with all the poses we've just accomplished. Or you can come a little further by, first of all, making sure the rib cage is up. So I find I always want to pull the skin up, pin the pubic bone down, and then pull the skin forward. And then you can move the hands back once again. You might notice they move better now. The heels come in, flex the toes down, and move the hands towards the heels, and the shoulders go down low. Now you may grab the foot, you might grab one. Sometimes people can reach one, and that's okay, you just switch side to side. That's where I usually come over in class and I help somebody get the other foot. So if you're grabbing both feet, clasp, thumbs are down, that opens the shoulders, and then you're gonna lift the right heel out, kick it out to open in through the front body, and then you guess it, take the left, and see if you can send the heel out so you're opening through the front body. The breathing is constant, and I'm speaking calmly here, but there's a lot of deep breathing going on to keep my breath steady, and you're opening the rib cage and the shoulder blades are coming down. Now the fun part is, and I can only show you this on one side because I'm close to the window, the fun part is you can lift your one leg to tip you to the side so you can rock and roll. So here it is. You would lift, I'm going to go to this side, so I'm going to lift the opposite leg. You lift, roll over, it's wonderful, and then you come back, and then of course I go to the other side, but I don't have enough room. So you're coming back. So here again, the lifting out of the heels strengthens the low back, opens the shoulders, opens the chest and rib cage. And you use one leg lift to rock you to one side, and then you come back and then go to the other side. So I'm going to go to this side, because that's all I got. And then come back, and then you can let the feet come down. Now take the hands right beside the chest. The elbows pin in, and it feels like you're pulling your palms back, but you keep them planted. So you press the heels of the hands down, this opens the upper rib cage, and you keep pressing the tops of the feet down. And your breathing is constant. And then you can lower. Come on up into child's pose again. Again, use that pillow on the forehead if you need to. Exhale back. Palms really reaching out there. Release the weight of the head. And then you can come on all the way back up. Good. Now here, you would either lie in Shavasana, because you earned it, or you might want to come into your next video, because I did a whole series here that you can put together. So if you want to come back, lie down, come into Shavasana. Let your shoulders wriggle under so the neck is long. Turn the palms up to the ceiling and let the fingers just naturally curl. Feel the entire weight of the spine let go. And notice if there's anything you need to do, like reach a heel out to get the backs of the knees opened, and then let the feet roll out in relaxation. And feel your whole body soften